Time flies when you are having fun. Now, between lockdowns and lootings, the past 18 months have been financially challenging for South Africans, many of whom have had to basically look at new ways to cut costs thanks to the adverse effects of the economic climate. With budgets under strain, some have opted to forego the insurance policies altogether to minimize monthly expenses, thus leaving themselves now obviously vulnerable and financially exposed. While some might see this as a quick and easy way to save money, the repercussions of such a decision can definitely, in fact, have dire consequences down the line, particularly for those who already find themselves in precarious financial positions. Greta Goosen, Head of Customer Experience, joins us online. Good morning, and thank you so much for your time here on VOC Breakfast. Before we even kickstart this interview, it's shocking to think that something like this would actually happen. Have we seen many people coming forward cancelling the insurance?
Hi, Dylan. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to you guys. Yes, I think most insurance companies have seen an increase in clients phoning and asking for some sort of reprieve or relief. Specifically when we went through a phase of hard lockdown. I think the financial or economic impact of COVID has a long tail, and I think for the foreseeable future we will definitely see clients phoning in, asking for assistance, asking for cancelling or asking for a reduction in premium.
And are those viable options to look at? We know that the last 18 months have been financially challenging for many South Africans. Would you say that, that is a viable option to consider?
Well, definitely not cancelling. I think the best advice I can give the listeners is that some cover is better than no cover at all. Especially with South Africa, we've been through quite a tumultuous period over the last 6 weeks or so where we saw destruction of properties, etc., etc. Obviously, when the rain season starts, it also has an increase on accidents in particular. And we all know that crime is still a challenge in South Africa. So definitely the best advice that I could give the listeners is to look at some cover better than no cover at all, and not to cancel your insurance.
Yeah, I can just imagine how it must be for some people. I mean, budgets are under strain, and many are looking for ways to cut costs. And it sounds like this is definitely not one of the options that they should consider. But some opt to even cancel the insurance policies like completely, instead of just taking that financial break, which we know some financial institutions do allow.
Yes. So some of the things, I think the biggest thing is to understand the repercussions of your decision. And not to have insurance is I really, really think is the last resort. And I would implore the listeners to phone the insurance companies and talk to them. And there are some other options that are available to them at that stage. Some of them I would like to share, if I may.
Please do.
Okay, wonderful. So one of the things that I think is very important is you can look at your excess. So most of the insurance companies out there, if you have a standard excess and, for example, you increase that excess, it will reduce your monthly premium. What that then assists you with is to curb your monthly expenses. And if you are in a financial strain, the moment you can get out of that financial strain, you can go back to a lower excess. Obviously, the repercussion of that is that if you are in a claim, you must then be able to get the money for the higher excess, if that is an option. But at least it will help you on your monthly expense. That is definitely one way that consumers can curb the insurance cost. The other one is to speak to your insurance company. Your insurance company is there to give you advice and to assist you and to do a proper needs analysis of where you are in your life at this stage. So engage with them and ask them. So most insurance companies have different cover options. For example, comprehensive is obviously covers you for accidents, third-party fire, theft, hijack, hail, all the damages associated. So that's the full bouquet of cover that a consumer can get. Then obviously you can reduce that cover. So say, for example, you drive less and you don't believe an accident risk is at this stage your biggest concern, maybe more theft, hijack, or weather-related things. You can go to third-party fine theft cover. So you can reduce that cover and take out the accident portion as a short-term measure. There's also third-party only cover. And then for most entry-level cars, most insurance companies do have a total loss cover, which is it only covers you in the event of a total loss. So small dings and small accidents will be for your own account. But if your car is stolen, hijacked, or written off, it would cover you for those events.
That makes sense. I've got about 2 minutes before I need to wrap up. You know what is also very concerning if you were to think about it, eh? A lot of people are perhaps cancelling their insurance, asking for these payment breaks, Greta. And for me, if you were to think of it from a consumer perspective, if you were to cancel that insurance and something were to happen in your home gets broken into, there's an accident or whatever, you can just imagine the financial implications and the repercussions thereof afterward. It's going to be a nightmare.
Completely. It's almost, you take a short-term decision to help yourself financially, but if something like that happens, you're even going further backwards in your financial history and your financial future. So some of the things that we are seeing is where most insurance companies have a clause where if you stop paying your premiums after a period of time, normally 2 or 3 months, your insurance is cancelled. Then you also sit with that, and you sit with that on your history, that you've cancelled, your insurance company's cancelled you due to non-payment. So there's a lot of things to consider, and it's a difficult time, but again, we are all in this together. So what I can tell consumers is phone your insurance company, they will help.
Yeah, most definitely. Greta Goosen, Head of Customer Experience, thank you very much for your time this morning on VSC Breakfast. We really appreciate it. Time now moving on to 7:52 for the next